played we played everywhere. Whether you liked us or not, you definitely had heard of us.
Eddie Van Halen transformed the world of rock guitar through his revolutionary techniques and creative innovations. The Dutch-born musician became famous for his finger-tapping method and his fresh approach to playing the instrument. Before he passed away, Eddie shared a fascinating interview where he revealed his 10 favorite guitar players of all time. This list offered a window into the musical influences that shaped his groundbreaking style. His choices included well-known rock stars, but they also demonstrated his respect for technical skill across many different types of music. When asked about making a solo album, Eddie once explained that he could not imagine creating one that would sound different from a Van Halen record. This made sense because he was the person who wrote the music for the band. Throughout his entire career, Eddie was known for constantly pushing boundaries and searching for new ways to play guitar. The list of his favorite players showed his genuine respect and admiration for the musicians who inspired him and made him want to improve. Eddie studied guitarists from rock, blues, and jazz backgrounds, learning something valuable from each person's unique style. His selections honored technical excellence, creativity, and the brave pursuit of fresh sounds and new playing methods. The guitarists on Eddie's list ranged from blues pioneers to jazz fusion experts. Each one contributed something important to Eddie's understanding of what the guitar could do. His number one choice perfectly reflected what Eddie valued most in guitar playing. Looking at the players who inspired one of rock music's greatest innovators helps us understand how he developed his legendary style. Slash. Slash from Guns N' Roses became a guitar hero during the late 1980s. His playing style was rooted in blues, and his look became instantly recognizable. His solos were melodic and his riffs were memorable, which made him one of the most famous guitarists in rock music. Eddie appreciated how Slash dedicated himself to blues-based rock and his talent for creating solos that stayed in people's minds. Slash proved that traditional blues rock guitar still had strength and relevance in the modern rock world. His work on the album Appetite for Destruction showed how classic rock influences could sound both fresh and exciting. Eddie noted that Slash's tone was massive and his phrasing carried emotion and directness. Eddie respected how Slash remained faithful to his blues roots while developing his own distinctive personal style. Slash demonstrated that being authentic and playing with passion mattered just as much as technical innovation. What made Slash particularly important was his role in keeping blues rock guitar alive for younger listeners. His success proved that melodic, song-serving guitar solos still connected deeply with audiences. Eddie valued how Slash focused on creating memorable musical moments instead of just showing off his technical abilities. Including Slash on this list honored his contribution to maintaining the guitar's central place in rock music. Kirk Hammett. Kirk Hammett brought technical metal guitar playing to mainstream audiences through his work with Metallica. His fast and aggressive solos influenced millions of young guitar players around the world. Eddie appreciated Hammett's role in expanding the vocabulary of metal guitar and making complex techniques available to more people. Hammett showed that speed and precision could effectively serve heavy music. His work on albums like Master of Puppets displayed his ability to create solos that were both technically impressive and emotionally powerful. Eddie remarked that there was not a lot of unnecessary material in Hammett's playing. His use of the wah pedal and harmonic minor scales became signature sounds of thrash metal guitar. Eddie respected how Hammett studied players like Hendrix and blended those influences with metal intensity. What made Hammett significant was his influence on an entire generation of metal guitarists. He proved that technical skill could exist alongside raw aggression and energy. Eddie valued how Hammett dedicated himself to constantly improving and pushing metal guitar into new territory. Including him on this list showed Eddie's respect for his role in metal's development and his lasting influence on the genre. Randy Rhoads revolutionized heavy metal guitar with his classical training and neoclassical approach. His work with Ozzy Osbourne showcased brilliant technique and sophisticated musical ideas. Eddie deeply admired how Rhodes combined classical precision with rock intensity. Rhodes proved that formal music education could enhance rock guitar playing rather than limit it. His solos were compositionally sophisticated, featuring clear melodic development and harmonic structure. His use of classical scales and arpeggios brought new vocabulary to metal guitar. Eddie appreciated how Rhodes thought like a composer while maintaining the emotional power of rock music. Rhodes's tragic death at age 25 robbed the guitar world of one of its brightest talents. What made Rhodes special was his complete musicianship and dedication to constant improvement. He practiced obsessively and studied classical guitar even while touring. Eddie respected his work ethic and his vision of what metal guitar could become. Including him on this list honored his profound influence on neoclassical metal and his lasting legacy despite his brief career. Steve Vai. Steve Vai studied with Joe Satriani and became known for technical perfection and experimental sounds. His precise technique and willingness to explore unusual sonic territories pushed guitar playing into new dimensions. Eddie admired how fearlessly Vai approached creating unusual sounds and his complete mastery of the instrument. Vai showed that the guitar could produce sounds nobody had ever imagined before. His work combined virtuoso technique with genuine compositional innovation and humor. His use of effects and unusual playing techniques expanded the guitar's sonic palette dramatically. Eddie appreciated how Vai treated the guitar as an orchestra, capable of producing any sound imaginable. His albums demonstrated that technical mastery could serve creative vision rather than just showing off abilities. What made Vai important?
Jimi Hendrix revolutionized electric guitar and expanded the instrument's possibilities beyond anyone's imagination. His innovative use of feedback, distortion, and effects opened entirely new sonic territories. Eddie recognized Hendrix as the player who showed that guitar could be an orchestra of sounds. Hendrix demonstrated that electric guitar could be a tool for sonic painting and musical experimentation. His performances were revolutionary in combining technical innovation with emotional expression and visual theatricality. His albums showcased sophisticated recording techniques and compositional ideas ahead of their time. Eddie studied how Hendrix approached the studio and his fearless exploration of new sounds. Hendrix proved that respecting blues traditions and radical innovation could coexist perfectly. What made Hendrix irreplaceable was his complete reimagining of electric guitar in just 4 years of recording. He influenced every guitarist who came after him, across all genres. Eddie learned from Hendrix that innovation required both technical mastery and visionary creativity. Including him on the list showed Eddie's deep respect for his revolutionary contribution to expanding the guitar's vocabulary and possibilities. Jeff Beck constantly reinvented his playing style across decades of music. His experimental approach and tone innovations influenced generations of guitarists worldwide. Eddie deeply admired how Beck refused to repeat himself and constantly pursued new sounds. Beck showed that guitar playing could evolve throughout an entire career without losing power. His work spanned rock, jazz fusion, and experimental music with equal mastery. His use of the tremolo arm and fingerstyle technique created sounds uniquely his own. Eddie appreciated how Beck prioritized tone and expression over displaying technique for its own sake. His instrumental albums proved that guitar could tell stories without words through pure sound. What made Beck essential was his combination of technical mastery and artistic fearlessness. He never stayed in one style or rested on past achievements. Eddie valued how Beck dedicated himself to constant growth and his influence across multiple generations. Including him on the list honored his lifetime commitment to expanding the guitar's artistic possibilities and his profound influence on rock guitar. Jimmy Page created some of rock's most iconic guitar riffs and solos with Led Zeppelin. His production innovations and songwriting influenced rock music permanently and profoundly. Eddie recognized Page as a complete musician who understood composition, arrangement, and production. Page showed that great guitarists needed to think beyond just playing their instrument. His riffs for songs like Whole Lotta Lovin', Black Dog, and Kashmir are among rock's most recognizable and influential. His use of different guitars, tunings, and recording techniques expanded rock guitarists' sonic palette. Eddie appreciated how Page served songs while creating memorable guitar moments. His production work on Zeppelin albums influenced how rock guitar was recorded forever. What made Page irreplaceable was his complete vision as guitarist, songwriter, and producer. He understood how all elements work together to create powerful music. Eddie learned from Page that guitar innovations needed musical context to matter. Including him on the list showed Eddie's respect for his massive influence on rock guitar and his compositional genius. Eric Clapton is considered one of the greatest guitarists in rock history. His blues-based playing influenced multiple generations of musicians across all genres. Eddie deeply respected how Clapton dedicated himself to blues traditions and his beautiful tone and phrasing. Clapton showed that emotional expression and technical mastery could coexist perfectly in one player. His work with John Mayall, Cream, and Derek and the Dominos showcased his evolution from blues purist to rock innovator. His tone was legendary, and his phrasing was instantly recognizable. Eddie appreciated how Clapton could play simple passages that conveyed more emotion than flashy displays. Clapton proved that great guitar playing served the music rather than overwhelming it. What made Clapton essential was his role as bridge between blues traditions and modern rock guitar. He brought blues to rock audiences while maintaining respect for the music's roots. Eddie valued how Clapton influenced making blues-based guitar focus the foundation of rock music. The near-top ranking acknowledged his profound and lasting influence on rock guitar across multiple decades. Allan Holdsworth was a jazz fusion guitarist known for impossibly fluid